Well, welcome to Mitch's.
Witches and midnight margaritas.
I'm excited. Oh, I should take a drink. We cheers. As you can probably guess, today's spell is how to blind your enemy or enemies. But we're just going to work on one enemy today. And we're just going to jump right on into it. The reason you'd want to blind someone that you would consider an enemy is you want them to not take notice of you.
Yeah.
You want to disappear in their eyes. So maybe it's a bully, maybe it's a stalker ex, maybe it's your brother. I don't know.
Whatever the case may be.
Whatever the case may be. So what you're going to want to do first and foremost, this one's going to take a lot of energy.
Yes.
So this is a spell that you are going to want to use all the elements with. We're not going to do that for sake of doing a shorter video. Yeah, but you're going to want to have a candle lit for each element and whatever else you use for that. And you can let us know in the comments if you want us to show you sometime on how to do a circle and all that other stuff. But it's just recommended to do this because it is going to take a lot of energy. Tonight we're going to be using a poppet because that's your enemy. So we've got a little clay poppet here.
Just made a little clay guy.
Yeah. And a witch tip, you can just use gingerbread man cookie cutter.
Exactly, if you want to do that.
Why not?
That works perfectly.
We just couldn't find it.
Yeah, so I just kind of made one.
Yeah. So this is your enemy. And what we're going to do is we're going to completely blind them to you. Or you're going to do this. We're just going to show you how.
Yeah, you can write their name on the back of that poppet.
Yeah. Yeah. You can, if you have a piece of them, you could put it in too.
Yeah.
A picture,
clay,
anything like that.
Yeah.
But for all intents and purposes, this is them. So we're also going to need a box because that's fun. A smaller type box, anything you can find. We've just got...
This one's a little bigger than we'd like, but it's what we have today.
You use what you have.
Yeah.
You use what you have. It'd be cool to have a little coffin thing and whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Whatever.
This works. This will work.
So what you're going to do is you're going to have your box and you're going to put a layer of graveyard dirt in the bottom of it. The graveyard dirt is going to act as its own base for this. Graveyard dirt is, as you can probably guess, from a graveyard. Oh, dusty.
Yeah, I know, sorry.
Yeah.
Just gonna do a layer of that.
Yeah. There you go. Maybe turn it so you can see what's going on there. There you go.
Can't really.
Okay, go like this.
Okay.
Yeah. So after that, we're going to put in the poppet. But before we put in the poppet, we're going to blind it. Because as you can see, it is made with two little eyeballs.
Yeah.
Well, pinpricks for eyes. Hi, I'm a piece of shit and I'm going to get cursed. Oh, okay. We'll do that for you. So what you can do is you can put pins in the eyes, but we're going to use coffin nails just for effect. And we have a lot of them. If you don't have coffin nails, that's okay. We do have a video on how to make them. But this is what we got going on here. Get every view. Coffin nails in his eyes. So now he's blinded, but we got to remove him from you.
Yeah, from
So
exactly from your life or whatever.
He's gonna go in here, and you can kind of see he's in there. So now we want to use elements to put in there with him because this box is actually going to be buried. So before we do the elements, actually, we're going to put sand in it.
Yeah.
We live near the ocean, so this is really easy for us to just go get a little bit of sand. And when we were coming up with this spell, we were thinking about someone being buried up to their neck in sand and how awful that is and how trapped they are.
Yeah.
And really, if you're going to blind someone, you might as well trap them too.
Yeah, exactly.
Why not?
Yeah.
So you want to throw some sand in there?
Yeah, you betcha.
There we go. Fresh ocean sand, guys. right from the Pacific. Just bury it.
I'm going to put him in so his head is showing so that he's...
You want to have it so they can see. Okay, it was good. Okay.
It was good. Oh, can you see it from there?
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
Yeah. There you go. So you can see this
head.
is his eyeballs. His head is kind of out. So
body's covered.
yeah. Right? Looks good. So next we're going to need is something from the element of fire. And you don't want to use your good stuff for this.
No.
Right? It's like when people come over and you're not going to use your good china.
Yeah.
We're not using our good china for this guy. So we have an old candle here that actually wouldn't burn very well.
Yeah.
So it represents fire.
I'm going to put that in there.
Toss it in. Next is something for the element air. And for the life of me, I could not find a feather today at the beach, which is weird. Normally there's feathers all over. So we're going to use a cigarette butt.
Yeah.
Because that's funny. And cigarettes are air because of smoke.
Because of the smoke, yeah.
Yeah. So found a butt and it
Putting
goes.
it in there.
You know?
Yeah.
Right. After that is a broken shell. Move your leg over. She's getting all fresh again. I'm like, I am, you know,
Sick of that.
I'm in love with my cat. So I've got some broken shells here. I just picked them up at the beach. Now, if you don't have, there's just these clam shells. If you don't have access to this, plus that's fun to do. If you don't have access to this, this is for the element of water. You can use, well, you can just wet it down a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, anything that represents water to you, but don't make it good. Like I could just throw in this lovely little half clamshell. No.
No, let's
Smash it up and put it in there.
Yeah.
Clearly, if we're blinding them and trapping them, they're a piece of shit.
Yeah.
So the elements
we're not gonna
need
give
to
them
know that
anything
too.
nice.
Yeah. So we've covered fire, air, water, and earth because of the sand and the graveyard dirt.
Mm-hmm.
But we still need to put a few more things in there. And number one is going to be mandrake.
Yes.
Now, if you don't have mandrake, and not everybody does, and we comprehend that, use something poisonous.
Yeah, because mandrake is toxic.
Yeah, you want, and that's the whole reason we're using it is because it's toxic. So I just toss it in there. Toss it in there. And so we've got our poppet with blinded eyes, dirt, all the elements are done. We've thrown some poison in, and there's one thing left. You need to spit on his face.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and do that.
I don't want to.
Yeah, you do. Well, let people see.
Well, how am I supposed to do that?
You can. Ew, you pig. So you could piss on them too if you want to, but that would make the box really wet.
Yeah.
So that's fine, right? So spit is fine because that's you fucking sealing this spell.
Yeah, exactly.
And now you kind of want to talk to him like, you deserve this. Leave me the fuck alone. You don't see me
Anymore. I'm gone.
Go away.
To you.
Yeah, I'm gone to you. And if you're a better person down the road, still leave me the fuck alone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're blinding them and getting rid of them now. You want to get rid of them forever.
Forever.
Because
Forever.
they're not going to change that much.
Yeah, and this isn't a curse, you guys.
No.
Like, we're not cursing them.
No.
We're just blinding them to you, and that's why you got to spit on his face.
Yeah.
Because it's a big sign of disrespect, too, right? Plus, it's funny. You got to do some funny stuff. So then you want to close up your box and just give you a last little ashtray look there.
Yeah.
And then you want to bind it with string. Black would be nice.
Black is the best. I just don't have any right now.
Yeah.
So use black if you can.
Yeah, use what you have.
Wrap them up.
Yeah, you use what you have. And when I was at the beach, I was remembering another spell for protection, actually. And I think this is really good because I think we're going to do a video on protection. But if you can get your hands on a shell like this, that both halves are still together and they fit, this is wonderful for protection because Well, I guess it didn't work for the clam because he's gone. But this is wonderful. And if you're somebody that can't like openly practice, you could just put this on your shelf with some of your hair in it, or, you know, something personal to you in it, and then close it up, and this is your protection. Nobody's gonna say anything about some clam shell sitting, like it could just be decor, you know what I mean? You could also do the same with eggshells. If you eat eggs, keep your shells, rinse them out and keep them, because when you grind them up, they're protection powder, right? So any egg you could do that with too. Like if you can piece it back together, it's really good stuff. So pro tip, like I said, we live on an island. Like the Pacific Ocean is all around us, right? So for me to find stuff like this, that's easier for me. And I get if you're in the prairies or the mountains, this isn't going to be so easy. But there's always something that you can use, and you should use what's available to you. On top of that, what's really fun is if you do want to curse somebody, and this is all for entertainment purposes.
Of course.
But what you could do if you really want to curse somebody, and maybe you've tried and tried and tried, but just nothing happens, so you got to break down their barrier, you could put a little, oh, I got an extra poppet here. You could do a little poppet of them in a shell, close it, and just smash the fucking shit out of it.
Yeah, just break it right down.
Just break it right down, because that's breaking their, yeah, with them in it. And that's breaking their barriers, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So it can be fun, and you can let out all sorts of frustrations. But yeah, that's pro tips. So
we've got this bound.
Oh, I better shut up. Okay, we've got it all bound, and so there's just a couple less things we need to do. We're gonna seal it in wax.
Yeah.
And we're gonna seal it in black wax. Why? Because. So another witch tip, if you have a lot of like partial candles that, you know, the spell is done or a candle just won't light, like we do have those, right? Save them. Don't always throw them away unless it's part of this, you know, like you need it for the spell, because sometimes you do. But you can melt them all down and use it for container sealing, especially when you want to curse somebody or bind somebody or whatever, purely for entertainment, of course. But we've been melting up some little bits of black candles that we had. So just put it on a, yeah.
It's pretty runny. I don't know if we should rub it.
Well, we'll need a tray. Yeah, we'll need a tray. So this is honestly just melted down black candles, like little bits that we had laying around. And we just put it in a little Pyrex thing, measuring cup, in a pot of water, and put it on low, and it'll be good. Yeah, let's do that.
Is that big enough? I don't know.
Well, we'll make it. So we'll just do this and let it, you know what I mean? There we go. And you can say anything you want now. Like you can say, don't fucking look at me. I bind you from looking at me. You're blind. You don't see me. It'd be all the old John Cena stuff, right? You don't see me. And you really want to get in those knots.
Yeah, you want to make sure those knots are sealed.
Now, you could also just use a jar, you guys, and that's okay. But when it comes to something like this, we don't want to use anything fancy for these people.
Or clear. We want to make it so that it's dark. So you'd have to, if you're going to use a jar, you're going to have to make it blackened out somehow.
Yeah, black it out, because that's part of the blinding, right? Is it's dark. I can't see. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. But yeah, you can. It's just for us, we were like, just use a shitty old box because they're a shitty person.
Exactly.
Like, we're not going to do this to a regular person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the wax, of course, doesn't take long to dry. And there you go. Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
It's sealed. It's ready to go.
And it's sealed and ready to go.
It can be buried.
Yeah, and you should bury it
away from your house.
Away from your house. Yeah. Away from your house. Deep in a weird forest is really good.
Yeah, or something like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
I wouldn't put it in a graveyard because there's no point.
No.
It's not a death-related thing. You could put it at a crossroads to let the crossroads entities take care of it, but that's kind of cursing them.
Yeah.
You're just simply blinding them.
So just bury it somewhere away from your
Yeah,
house.
just bury it. And
Wherever
as
you
it,
like, whatever you have access to, where you could bury something like that.
yeah, and as everything rots away, because everything will, like the wax will hold on to some stuff, right? But everything in there is pretty organic anyways, you know? So once it's all gone,
It's gone.
it's gone. And hopefully they've learned their lesson.
Exactly.
But with this, they should forget about you.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing. But if they don't, and you're finding a spell like this doesn't work, really consider figuring out a way to break down barriers, because there are people that are born into families that have ancient energy, right? Like they have hereditary witchcraft in them and stuff, and they might not know that. So that's when you want to get a poppet or something of theirs in some, oh, I just broke it, but it's fine, in some sort of container, and then say, I'm breaking down your barriers, and smash the whole damn thing. And it's I have found that that's effective, but it took us a while to figure out how to do that. It's not very symbolic, but yeah.
No, but it works.
Yeah, it does work.
And that's the whole thing, right?
Yeah, it does.
You want it to work.
Yeah. But that's how to blind an enemy.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. So hope you enjoyed it. We're going to go bury it in the yard with all the other things. And stay magical.
Stay magical.